Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
We as a psychologist, we are very much concerned. The first thing is inconsistent behavior of parent. At times, again, when we get a report card or when we get any complaint from the society or from the school, on that day, the father or mother will indulge and say, आज के बाद तूने स्मार्टफोन को हाथ लगाया, टेलीविजन देखा, तो मैं जान निकाल दूंगा तुम्हारी. A child is, because it's a regular feature, he thinks by tomorrow or another 2 days, things are going to be normal. And then what happens? And suddenly by next day, because I still feel that the contribution of raising children in India is mostly with the mothers than on fathers. Fathers keeps giving lot of excuses and that they are busy, they may not be working anything over there. But what happens suddenly, the father or mother realizes, oh, my son or daughter, why they need to suffer? And then we say, okay, from today you can watch for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It's an inconsistent behavior of parents which children keep exploiting. We should see that how we should be more consistent. Now, what is the major issue in this particular factor is that husband and wife are working in a corporate world. They leave in the morning, they come late at night. A father is working so much. Whenever the father comes back after a few days, they try to please their children while getting any kind of a materialistic things. They ask their children, what do you want, my son? Because of the complex and the guilt is there, they will say, let me pamper my son or daughter and let me buy anything we want. And then suddenly, when you get a bad report from the school, and then you get highly charged that how dare, suddenly you realize that I'm a father, I have to take care of it. That is inconsistent behavior.
Exams in here, and I'm scared. But not from the exam pressure, but from the pressure from you.
I know I did not do well last time, but believe me, I'm working really hard this time.
You only talk about competition and marks. I feel like I don't have a life anymore.
I have a limited capacity, I can't study continuously for 10 hours in one go.
Sometimes मैं आप दोनों से इतना डर जाती हूँ that I find myself in tears.
Every parent wants that their children should top, get the best marks in the class or section. But after all, there is a competition. Few will get less marks. It could be your son or daughter as well. But every parent wants that no. Every parent says, my son is or daughter is very intelligent and they can do it. My son or a daughter commits silly mistakes. In fact, that reminds my own story. This is my maybe over 1,000 workshops which I have conducted all over the world. But my wife doesn't listen to me in spite of being 27 years of marriage. So same story. No, my son has to score the best, but it's not possible. At times, I must tell you one thing, our own failures, we want to see a success in our own children. We want my son to be a doctor and a daughter to be an engineer, and very rarely we talk about a lawyer today. But I could not become a medical doctor. That's why I want my son to be a medical doctor. So please don't put your desires and tell them what they have to do. You decide which game they will play. Or maybe neighbor says, oh, there's a nice coach of lawn tennis coming there. So, why don't you send your son? Your son doesn't have an interest playing lawn tennis, but you force him to do that. Sometimes when someone comes at home and you don't want your children to be around, then you say you go, and on that day they can have a chips, they can have a Coca-Cola, they can watch TV as long as relatives or friends are sitting in the drawing room. And suddenly when they go, today you have watched so much, now for next 1 week you will not watch. This is inconsistency. We are dealing with our own failures. Let's learn from it and be generous to our children.